You see this gun right here? This is called the Merciless. It's a fusion rifle and it's exotic. It's absolutely insane. I just tested it earlier on Riven and it did some really awesome damage. It was amazing. Um, I was not thinking it was going to be as great as it was when I first went in, but it ended up surprising the heck out of me, and I just couldn't believe it. And as I'm going through with this, I ended up like thinking, what other exotics could I test? And I just tested a few exotics that like we normally wouldn't think of, and a few that we normally would. But I went to all the things that people said were crap exotics, and I went to test them to see how good they actually were. I'm still in the testing phase, so I have to go test more, but I will be back on that at one point in time. Um, as I am doing this, you guys can request me to do different exotics. But the Merciless, that's why we're here. That gun is insane, and you just need to try it out. I'm going to show you a clip in a little while of Outbreak and how that does. Here it is. As you can see, Outbreak Perfected didn't perform as well as I thought it would. Uh, as we started along, I thought it was going to do more, but it ended up doing less than I thought it did. I don't regret making the post because I did get some good footage out of it, but other than that, it didn't go so well. And I wish it could have gone better because it was a really good weapon to use. It used to be the probably best DPS weapon for bosses back then, and I'm just sad that it has come to this. It was a really fun weapon to use, especially for cheesing. So this other weapon is Rat King, and it ended up phasing, but also not phasing, so it was kind of sad. It got super close, but it just didn't hit the mark, so it ended up not one phasing. But I think I know why. I think that was because we didn't have the Weapons of Light buff going for us at that moment. It had gone away. So I think that I might try it again, and hopefully Rat King can one phase because my friend did it, and he told me Rat King can one phase. I just don't have proof from him, so I want to get my own proof so I could put that out. But stay tuned for that because I might end up doing that soon if it can one phase, because that thing is a beast all on its own. So our next weapon is the Whisper of the Worm. It just got buffed recently, and let me just say, it sucks against Riven. It might be good against other bosses just because the precision hits, but Riven doesn't really have a precision hit mostly, so I can't really proc that buff, that perk that allows it to kill her quicker. So she was harder to do with Whisper. Whisper did not even get close to doing half her damage, which was sad because I love Whisper. It's an awesome looking gun. It's got some great, amazing ornaments, and it looks really cool. So I was sad that Whisper did not go in that one. But I mean, better luck next time, right? I'm sure it'll shine in other areas. The next weapon we got here is Legend Agrius. The weapon wasn't good, but it also wasn't bad. It's good against like PvE, all that other stuff, and PvP, but I would not say it's a DPS weapon. When we went against Riven, it did really crap damage. I mean, we did say that maybe if we had Tractor Cannon, it might be doing better with a like debuff going against it, but we did not really try that. We were going to, but then somebody said, whatever, we don't need it. We'll do the next weapon. So I could try it later on with a debuff, get people with Legend Acris, get that debuff, and try it that way. If you guys think it's interesting, just say so in the comments or something if you think that would be interesting. Altogether, I don't think it was that great of a weapon to use against Riven. I mean, I could do more so with a Polaris Lance or maybe even just a blue sword. Yeah, it was saddening. The other one was Lorenz Driver. That got like, I think more than halfway, a little bit more than halfway. I would not say that it would be a great DPS weapon to use, but it's also not bad. I thought it was really decent. Um, it might be good if you have people with 1k and then Lorenz and stuff, so like that's an option in doing this. So if you ever do this and somebody doesn't have those weapons you want them to have, then this would be a great option. Yeah. Last but not least, we have the Merciless, a fusion rifle that's an exotic. I was talking about it in the beginning, how great it was. And I mean, I'm not saying you have to use this in all of your runs, but I think you at least have to try it. This thing is amazing in every way, and we all had a 1100 Merciless, and we didn't have the catalyst, so that's what makes it even better. Um, the gun just performed really well, and I don't know why people don't like say Merciless to use Merciless. Why they always say Sleeper and 1K. Merciless actually I think is better than those, but I mean that's my opinion. You don't have to take my opinion. I think that it was just amazing. I took Merciless for granted. I never thought of using it as a weapon because I always thought it was bad. But I mean, it surprised me. It really did. I'm just stuttering because I am so surprised. Um, Altogether, it was a great weapon and did some really great DPS. I think everyone loved it mostly. We did we were so surprised. One dude was like, "I'm not surprised. It's a really good weapon," and I'm just like, "Yep, okay." And then he went off his mic. He's like, bro, Merciless one phased," and I'm just like, "Yeah, he's totally surprised." So it was funny. It was a good moment. I met some cool people while doing the raid. Uh, Altogether, it was really fun, and all these people had really good personalities. They were really nice, and that's just how raids should be. You shouldn't be going into a raid and going against all these people who are toxic and telling you you're trash because you did less DPS or whatever. The game is just to have fun, and to be honest, I don't care if you use any of the weapons I said, or even if you use Merciless to kill an enemy, or not the enemy, but the boss, because I don't care. I mean, we can use whatever weapons we want that we feel comfortable with, as long as it meets the standard of our standards. Don't ever go for the standards of other people. That's just dumb. We live in a world of conformity. I get that, but at the same time, do we really have to conform all the time? If somebody doesn't have something you don't want, you just have to go and be a complete a-hole about it and just be on their butt about it. I mean, you're just somebody new to the thing, just wants to go have fun and learn new things in the game. And you're sitting there like, "Oh, you're trash. Get out of here. You don't know what to do." Teach them. If you really want it to get done, teach them. Stop kicking people out of the parties and telling them go away and all that. If you really want them to do something and do it correctly every time, teach them. That's all you have to do. It's a simple task, and it doesn't even take that long, depending on the person. I mean, sometimes people are hard to teach. I get that. But if they don't know it, they're not going to know it the next person that asks. And every time that they want to have fun in the game and do things their way, they're not going to be able to because they don't know it. And that's why most people don't play Destiny. I mean, a lot of people hate the game. I mean, I hear it all the time. I hate this game, but I love this game. I'm one of those people. I hate the game, but I love the game. There's so much stuff that irritates me about the game, but yet it still has me coming back because I want to learn more. I want to interact with people more. Even though they're not nice people or they're just not being very friendly, I think at the same time, I like the interaction, no matter what. It just feels nice to get that feeling of interaction with somebody else and be able to do something with somebody else, no matter what it is. I mean, you learn new things, you gain more experience, it's just fun. And I mean, there's people out there that do dog on that fun, and I get that. But it's a world of hate and love, and we just gotta accept that. I mean, we can't just be having those times where if somebody doesn't like or if you don't like it the way that it's put out there, you don't have to be a jerk about it. You can be nice. I mean, I've gone into many raids and many times, and somebody didn't know what to do, they got immediately kicked. If they had a bad mic, they got immediately kicked. One, give them a chance to fix their mic. If they get booted out of the game, don't try to find somebody else. At least try to get them back in the game. I'm sure you're all like, hey, it takes time to do all this stuff, and I don't have the time. If you don't have the time, then you shouldn't be playing the game. Like, if you don't have the time to do something, that it's just not for you then. Like, just accept that. Like, go do something that you do have the time for, because then you're just taking away the experience and the fun of others, and it's just not fun. And the whole point of this video isn't to like tell you to use a weapon and like tell you what to do. It's more of just to teach you that there's things in the world that we never realize are possible, and things that we think are good but really can be bad. And just looking at this, I'm basically giving you my life bio. I know, I'm sorry. Giving you a life lesson in a way. Um, Mostly just know that it's a game, okay? I know people hate when you say it, and I hate it too, but it's just a game. And you can say it's not just a game, it's fine. I don't care. It is just a game, and half the time you don't have to get mad at somebody because they did something to you, and you like have to accept that sometimes you're not all the perfect player that you think you are. You might think you're the best player in the whole world, or everybody tries to be the best player, because there is no best player. Everyone has their own style, their own way of doing things, and everyone's different. We're not always the same. So just accept that, like, we cannot be the best. We cannot be the only good person. We can try and try again and again, but we're not going to get there. I'm not saying that you can't try and do good and end up being good. I'm just saying you can't go to be the one who's like on top of everyone. You can't be the king of the hill. Sometimes you gotta accept that you're just the lonely peasant at the bottom and you can't get any higher. But that doesn't mean don't chase your dreams. That doesn't mean don't follow your dreams. That doesn't mean to go and dog on other people's dreams. That just means that you sometimes have to accept in life that you don't have all that you wanted. And sometimes it's the small things in life that you say that you want and the things that you try to look forward to that sometimes when you get, you're really disappointed that you actually have it. And just knowing that there's those things in life that you look forward to. The reason I play Destiny is to gain goals, to achieve my goals in my game, and try to get better at the game myself. I don't do it to be a jerk to people or to be the best player. I do it because I want to have fun, and that's how I have fun. Um, Other people, I mean, not so much. They are competitive and very toxic towards that competitiveness. I don't even think that's a word, but still, I am rambling. I am sorry, but it needs to be said. I can't be the only one. I cannot be. Like, sometimes we have to accept the fact that we're gonna lose, and that sometimes there's somebody out there who's better than we are, and they might tell us that we're trash and that they're better, but sometimes we all know that we can be better at them. Like, a lot of people are better at things than other people. I could be better at PvP than this dude who is actually better than me at PvE. I could be a better player when it comes to being like on time with things and stuff, and this other dude could be a better player at instead just sliding. So I don't know. I mean, he could be a better sniper, I could be a better shotgunner. It's just the way we play, our play style, and all that. It's what makes us come back to the game, that makes us want to play the game. It's not what other people do that makes us want to leave the game. So, if you think about it, don't be dogging on other people because they do these things. Instead, be kind, passionate, be nice to them and just know that you have goals and they also have goals. Don't dog on other people's goals. Don't tell people that they're trash. Don't do any of that. If you don't have the time to do something, don't do it at all. And at the same time, if you do end up trying this Merciless out, it is a beast. It is awesome. One phase Riven, I liked it. Super fun, nice to handle in my hand, and like I don't know, this is weird, but sometimes when I play games, I can just feel the feeling of the gun shooting. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. I have the vibration off. That's probably why. I don't know. It just feels lighter. It feels nice, and I don't know. It's just hard to explain, but other than that, I mean, I'm Dark Assassin 390, and this has been my video on Merciless and a ton of other weapons, and I hope you liked it. And I hope you learned a couple things or two from this, because, I mean, we're living in a society where people just don't want to listen. And if you listened, I'm glad you did. I'm sure there's tons of people who got halfway through the video, got to the end, went in the comments, said that they didn't like it, but they didn't watch it all, or just people who didn't want to listen to me ramble on about life lessons and just left. If you stayed here, comment down below that you stayed to the end and that you were here for the whole thing. If you skipped it, well, I guess that counts, but at the same time, it doesn't. Um, Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day. I really, really hope you have a nice day. And remember, don't be toxic towards other people, because it's just annoying, especially for us players who want to just have a fun in a game. It's not fun for us, okay? It makes us want to go play something else, and it's not fun. So just be aware and passionate towards other people, and have empathy to know that they can do better things than you can or I can, and that we can do better things that they can. And it's just the way we play. It's not like skill based half the time. Sometimes it's just the ability to have like a better ability than somebody, but you don't see me going around saying that I have a really high IQ or whatever and higher than yours and then calling you trash. So don't do that to others. I mean, it's just be nice. That's all you gotta do. Just be nice. If you don't like the person, you don't have to express that you don't like them. Just keep quiet and stay calm. If they annoy you, then you might as well leave the party. Don't just start yelling at them and telling them, like swearing at them and stuff. Leave the party if they really irritate you. Just don't roll with people that dog on others and tell other people and put them down or stuff. It's just not nice, and you don't want to be part of that crowd and be one of the people who say all that mean stuff to someone, especially a new player. We've all been new at one point in time, and we know how it feels. Like, how would you like it if the person that taught you how to do a raid, aka maybe even YouTube, kept telling you that you were crap at the game or that you didn't know how to play? And imagine if there was no YouTube. Like, if you didn't know how to learn this stuff, people would have to teach you if they had figured it out. And if we didn't have those people teaching us, then we wouldn't have gotten this far. So if you think about it, just think about it. We should be grateful that we have these things and these people in our lives, because without these people and these things in our lives, we probably wouldn't be where we are now. Well, that's enough of talking. I'm going to end this video now. You guys have a really good day, and I just hope that you took a few things from this and that you really liked the video. Thank you.